The final starter evolutions. Feels a little early in the series for our final evolutions.
This is the 9th episode, so we're nearly halfway through. If you don't know what's going on,
Not even halfway there in our final form. It's already been reached.
All of the cool new
Again,
Pokemon
feels
here in
early.
the Olympia region. Follow the story of where you're at so far, and meet all of the new characters. I release these episodes every week on a Friday, which is a fake on Friday,
Maybe
if you will.
one of those things where it's like during the gameplay with you later.
Common ground with your rival Cass, both determined to show the champion who is the best. Cass actually beat you in the last episode, which she certainly seemed happier for. The champion has suggested that you collect more of the gym coins in order to challenge him on Mount Olympia.
This isn't one of those rivals where it's like, I'm totally your equal, even though I've never beaten you.
Your starter will be in its middle evolution, but perhaps the final evolution is coming very, very soon.
Better, it's in
and
the
there
title.
are many Pokemon still on your way. In fact, if you've encountered everything, your Pokedex will currently register just over 60 over 150 Pokemon here in the region.
Hey, that's 2/5.
You head north of Atherin Town onto Route 5, and you're welcome to a cliffside view that bends west, revealing your goal of Sea Castle Town in the distance. And on the way, there are plenty of trainers to battle and train up against.
You stink worse than my garb odor.
Leron, use takedown.
Rapidash, bring us the victory.
These evolved Pokemon will all provide a decent challenge for you, and if you caught any of their pre-evolutions at any previous point, you may also have their evolved forms yourself. There is also, along this route, an opportunity to catch all sorts of new Pokemon, like this one right here. Aww, this little fella is Clawdle, the Cuddle Claw Pokemon.
Meh.
This little ground type is incredibly playful, and because of its proportions, it just sort of waddles and rolls everywhere. But don't worry about it rolling off the cliffside, it's no problem, because its claws extend and are long enough to dig into the mountainside so it can climb back up, no problem.
That's handy.
What a fun little mon. You can also catch your very own Coink here on this route, a Pokemon that we discovered in the last episode, as well as Aerodon can also be found in the wild here, the evolution of Rataru, as well as higher level Gopher. There is also some evolutions of some Pokemon from Norclo here.
Really?
If you caught Pup-Off earlier, you can find or evolve yours into Wolo. While if at the beginning of your journey you caught a Snubbull, you can now have a Balboa, which can also be found in the wild here. Balboa's Pokedex entry mentions only that it likes to hunt the local rodent Pokemon, but Wolo has a much more interesting entry that says a playful Pokemon and the evolution of Pup-Off. This Pokemon loves playfully chasing after the Whimper and blowing them away. Whimper? I've never even heard of that kind of Pokemon before.
Me neither.
I wonder what kind of Pokemon that will be. Exciting. Maybe something we'll encounter
In these
on our
Pokemon
journey.
fan series
Hey,
thingies,
someone's
crossovers
coming.
and
Does he
whatnot,
look and,
has there ever been a
sound
regional variant
familiar
to a
you?
regional
Hey,
specific Pokemon that was
Master,
made
you
up?
must be the champion from
Like,
across the
I don't
ocean.
know,
Tell me,
Snubbull
what's
or
it like out
something,
there?
or
Are there lots of
Balboa.
regions to explore? Have you ever met a legendary Pokemon in your travels?
Yes, and who's asking?
Sorry, where are my manners? My name is Herman, and I'm the gym leader of the Nest Pine City, or as we just
Flying
call it,
type.
the Nest for short. It's an odd name for a city, to be sure, but an apt description. It's not even really a city.
These
It's more
goggles
like
look
a
like they
little
have wings at the
cliffside
end, that's how
village
I know.
town. It's to the north of here, but you won't be able to get there by walking. It's a city of the skies.
Really?
Though you know, champion, they say there actually is a city in the skies, somewhere to the east of Olympia. Can you imagine such a thing?
Probably another
If it was in
fan
the east,
region.
then that would have to be over or around the Pinnacle. The Pinnacle is a mountain just like the Nest, and between the two of those is Mount Olympia, the biggest of the three. They make up a trident mountain range that pierces the heavens. And both the Nest and Pinnacle are connected by the Great Olympian Bridge. Wow. This region is amazing. I can only imagine what wonders are out there beyond the sea. Someday I'll soar back out there and find out for myself, leave the Nest behind. Maybe after you challenge me. But at the moment, you only have 3 gym coins, it seems. So if you want to get tougher and meet a few more gym leaders, then I'll be waiting at the Nest. So hi, Pokemon Master.
He seems nice.
He does.
I love his hair. Well, it looks like there isn't much of a cliffside route anymore, so now we're moving on to the Sea Castle Town. This town feels a little abandoned. The sand and stone mix together to create a constant sheet of sand or dust in the air that seems
Creates a
impossible
desert.
to keep out of your
Meh.
hair. And the sun beats down on this portside town, meaning it's always hot. There are warehouses, a Pokemon Center, a Pokemart, a Pokeball factory, and a few other general convenience stores where you can pick up items like a good rod or some lure balls. Across the city and zigzagging towards the beach, there are also shipping containers that are disorganized, creating corridors where trainers lurk. At the Pokemon Center, the air conditioning seems to not be working, so they've left their doors wide open, letting a warm breeze fill their interior.
Dang.
So whether you want to train up first, or stock up on Pokeballs, or the Good Rod, it's all up to you. But a stop at the Pokemon Center does seem like it would be a good shout.
I'm sorry they're all burned now, because it's too hot.
Well, Mello, this is it.
Oh, dang
this
nabbit.
has to be the perfect place to build Snoozeland.
Why?
Gosh, the midday sun makes me so sleepy.
I
We
guess
can
that
build
works.
Snoozeland later. Why don't we go sunbathe for a bit?
I hear you, Mello, but stay with me here. We set up a few hotels on the beachfront, turn these shipping containers into sleeping pods, and we could be rich.
You do realize you have to
Real
build
respected
these
members of
things,
Team
and you're not,
Snooze.
that's not going to
Hang
happen when
on,
you're going
you
to sleep.
said that about the last 3 port towns.
Yeah, but none of them had a beach like this one. Also...
Crash, what is it?
Well, I may have already called in all the grunts. Their ship arrived yesterday.
Doop.
I hear they're at the beach soaking up some rays.
Why you gotta be so brash, Crash? I told you, if we want to run this new Team Snooze, we have to do things the right way. Quick, we better get to the beach and round everyone up. Come on!
Great, now we have
Well, it
another
looks like
entire
everyone is going
beach
to the
of battles.
Follow closely behind and see what happens. Ah! You step out of the Pokemon Center onto the beach, and suddenly a fireball is falling down from the sun at your feet. You jump back and look up. 4 more fall at you in quick
They're fire
succession and
types.
rage. You realize that what landed in front of you was no fireball, but in fact a flock of new Pokemon.
What?
And this Pokemon is none other than the very
Oh,
cleverly
I
named
love this
Flamingo,
thing.
the
This is
fire dancer
amazing.
Pokemon. They usually live in volcanoes, bathing in a boiling magma, but got trapped in Olympia after a terrible storm. Instead, they've adapted to soaking up the sun's rays and keeping their temperature high by snacking on Temphin. However, because Temphin can only be found in the water, they say that in this region their legs have grown longer to keep their bodies further away from the water and closer to the sun.
Makes
there
sense.
are 5 of them here battling you in a horde-like style. So now it's time to fight. Being a flying fire type, if you picked up any rock Pokemon or even a Twiguana, your Guanagoon will have some moves ready to take care of them. Haronin can also douse them with a splash of water, so cooling them down and sending them flying, or even catching one, shouldn't be a problem here.
Whoa!
hello.
Gnarly! You really showed those Flamingo who's the boss. Nice one, little dude.
I remember him from
Usually
episode
they don't
0
come this far in.
of,
They like to hang out by the wild
Cardinal.
Temphin on the beach. How strange. Something on the
This
beach
voice
must
sounded
be
different.
spooking.
Meh.
I better get out there while the tide is still low. Later, little dude.
Huh, he seems nice too. Still, I wonder why the local Flamingo was so spooked. Maybe it had something to do with Team Snooze. But what's this? After training against the Flamingo, your starters, they're glowing with a white bright light. Could this be it? Time for the final evolution? Here we go. If you pick to Iguana at the beginning, your Guanagoon is evolving.
That looks pretty cool. Nice.
Well done! Your Guanagoon evolved into Chlorodon. This Pokemon and its family were thought to go extinct a long time ago, but Chlorodon protects its children with a rock-hard might. They can summon the power of the earth to keep their family from going extinct. If you have this Pokemon on your team, it's decided that you
The power
and
of
its family
the earth
will
to keep
fight
the
you
family from
with a passion
keep
like
the family
nothing
going.
else
Oh,
you've
I
ever
thought it was,
seen.
that was,
But if
I thought it was
you
going to
chose
cut off
Emble,
early.
Your Brazian will be getting ready to
You know,
evolve
get ready to
now. So
extinct.
let's take a look at what that evolves into.
Ah, yeah, that's awesome.
Amazing. Your Brazian has evolved into Minotaur.
Ah,
the ground it
nice
used to
pun.
use to cool itself down has turned so hot it's boiled into a scorching tar that it can use to hurl at opponents.
I'll
It's
just show
said
the
that in
intro
olden
next week,
times, this Pokemon
considering
would use its tar
gonna have
to
different,
create structures
you know,
and
Pokemon
mazes and then
opening.
charge through the walls it created to startle those lost within. This Pokemon carries an ancient fire that burns for you, trainer. With this Pokemon training with you, you'll be absolutely unstoppable. Finally though, if you chose Kingfisher as your starter, then your Haronin is about to evolve.
I would imagine that thing would be the rival to the Flamingos. Okay, that's awesome. This could turn into an ostrich.
Congratulations! Your Haronin has just evolved into Washido. This sword master dances with water, controlling it, slicing through it, and trapping opponents within a flurry of its beak, feathers, talons, and the sea. With so many tools in its arsenal, it's truly a reliable Pokemon. If you have this Pokemon on your team, you'll surely win any battle. Congratulations, champion. Your starter is fully evolved. Though, just because your starters have evolved doesn't mean
grass
you're
one
worthy
is
of
the
title
lamest
of
to me,
champion
but
of
it's not
Olympia
bad.
just yet. You only
In
have
my eyes,
3
all
gym
3 of these
coins,
are
and the
winners.
difference between a level 32 Pokemon and a level 100 Pokemon is
Just kinda not too
huge.
thrilled about the
Heck,
grass
you've not even
types,
met half of the Pokemon that Olympia has to offer
head
yet.
thing.
And while your team is heading in the right direction, you still have a way to go, including with your 4th gym coin and stopping whatever Team Snooze is up to on the beach. Next time on Pokemon Tempest. Thank you for supporting
Yeah, that
this
was pretty
series.
cool.
We're only 9 episodes down, and to have even
Yeah, that was
gotten
pretty
this
cool.
far
Got
is
evolved
huge.
forms, some
Next
new
week
cool
marks the halfway
Pokemon,
point
and
of the main
some other
series, so
stuff.
I'll be taking a short break
Now we're
after
gonna
that
fight
for
off Team
people to
Snooze
catch
with
up.
our new Pokemon. And the evolved type, of course. Later.